In this video, I'm going to show you how you can automatically change the volume of the music and effect based on the narration track with ducking. So let's get started. When I received this project, I got the M&E and it said no ducking on the music and effects. So when you listen to it, I'm going to play it here. When a person who is infected with the coronavirus breathes, talks, you can hear that the music and effects is too loud. So one way that you can handle it is you can just take the volume here and just pull the whole thing down. And let's pull it down about 15, and then you listen to it. When a person who is infected with the coronavirus, it sounds fine, but at the beginning here, this is going to be low too. You might like that, but I'd rather have it up at the normal volume. And so what I'd like to do is when they're speaking up here, I want the music and effects to go down. When they're not speaking, to come up, and I want it to go down, but I don't want it to sound pumpy. So one way to do it, I have to unlock the track here. And then you're going to zoom in a little bit. I can go here and I can split it. And let's say right here, split it, and I can take the volume and I can pull it down, pull it down here, and I can do, a fade in and fade out. So here I can do a fade and fade, but that's a lot of manual work and it's not going to be very accurate. The coronavirus, too small to see, spreads quickly from person to person. So I don't want to do it that way. I'm going to undo all those. Another way is when you come to here, you can go to the envelope track and go to the volume. And I'm going to take this and push it up a little bit because we're going to run out of space of seeing things. So here, I can take it and I can hold the Alt, and I want to go from here to here, and I want to make adjustments here. I can hold the Control button, and I can try to draw it. So I can take it, and I want it to go down here, and I want it to go back up, then I want it to go down, then I want to go back up, and I want to go down. But you can see how inaccurate that is. So here, when a person who is infected with the coronavirus, so you can do that, but it's going to be kind of hard to do that, and it's a lot of manual work. So I'm going to undo that. You could place points. If I hold the Shift button, I can place points. I can go point, 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 and then take those and pull them down and oops, yeah, no, I want that up there. Pull this down, pull it down to what I want it to. I want it down -14. So then the coronavirus, too small to see, spreads quickly from person. But that's still real manual, and I just don't like doing it that way. So I'm going to undo all this here. So I relock my track and everything and have it back to normal. So the way we're going to do this is we're going to use a compressor. I want it when they're speaking up here, I want it to compress or bring the volume down here. So the way we do it is that we're going to add an effect, and we're going to type in COMP and then ReaComp. And that's the effect that we're going to use. And if you remember, here, we use the ReaComp to compress this. So when they spoke here, it brought the volume down. But we want it that when they speak up here to bring the volume down here. So the way you do it is with a side chain. So you take this guy, drag him, and drop him, and see the little plug-in there. And now it's going to come from this track to the M&E. So it's the input 1 and 2 is going to go to 3 and 4, and it's post-fader. Now, if I try to do this now, it's detecting on the main input, so it's going to be detecting on here. We want it to detect on here. So we go for here and we go aux input. So now this effect is listening to this track because how we set up. We have this send from this track down to channel 4. So now we need to set this up. That's kind of hard to see here. Let me push this up a little bit more. And we want to make the compression be about 4:1. So I'm going to click on here. I'm going to say 4:1 is the compression. And this is going to control how much it's going to compress. And these are based, this is the timing when it's going to happen. So this is the pre-compression. So this is how far out in advance of this right here. So when this starts, it's looking ahead, and when it sees this, 0 milliseconds, so right now, so we're going to take it and we're going to pull it out to about 150 milliseconds to start off. The attack in milliseconds is how fast, this is kind of the smoothness. If it's not, we'll go back here and we'll bring it back to normal, and you just can listen to it and see how it goes. The coronavirus, too small to see, spreads quickly from person to person, town to town. You can hear that the volume of the music is going down, but you can see that this is pumping up and down too much, and you don't want that. You want it to be smooth. The coronavirus, too small to see, spreads quickly from person to person. So even in these little gaps here, the volume's coming up, and you don't want that. And this is how you can control it right here, is that before it starts compressing, before the speaking, you want it to start compressing beforehand. And then this is the attack. This is the smoothness. So I find that somewhere about 150, let's take this to, let's try about 200. And then the release, that's when it gets done. How fast? Okay, we'll say right here, that's really quick. But at around 1 second, I want it to release and I want it to come up, and I want the volume to come up. So it's going to go down fairly quick. It should stay down between these, and then it should come up slowly and then go back down, then go across and then come up a little bit and then back down. So let's listen to it and see how it goes. The coronavirus, too small to see, spreads quickly from person to person, town to town, country to country, to all parts of the world. Anyone can catch it, spread. So you don't hear it pumping, but the volume is going down. So here, let's go in the loud place with the music and effect. When a person who is infected with the coronavirus breathes, talks, so here where the person coughed and everything, so now we'll take it and go back. When a person who is infected with the corona, so it brings the volume down, and you can sit here and you can adjust it and fine tune it how you like it. So I can make the attack, I can have it do the compression a little bit sooner, I can have it release, I want it to release a little bit, I want it to come up a little bit quicker in between here. So let's listen to it and see how it goes. And you can change the compression also. And like I said, I want it down about -12 dB. You might want it down lower, the volume lower or higher. It depends on the speaker, the narrator here maybe. Anyone can catch it, spread it, and get sick. When a person who is infected with the coronavirus breathes, talks. Okay, and so I want it maybe a little bit smoother, bring this back a little bit, and come up a little bit slower at the end. Anyone can catch it, spread it, and get sick. When a person who is infected with the coronavirus breathes, talks, coughs, or sneezes, and you can change here too. This will make the music and effect, press it more. Anyone can catch it, spread it, and get sick. When a person who is infected with the coronavirus breathes, talks, coughs, or sneezes, I want to release a little bit longer, but you can sit here and you can get it dialed into how you want. I'm going to maybe make it a 5:1. But now when I have this whole section here, the beginning here is going to sound nice and strong. The coronavirus, too small to see, spreads quickly from person to person, town to town, country to country, to all parts of the world. The volume comes up. Anyone can catch it, spread it, and get sick. When a person who is infected with the coronavirus breathes, talks, coughs, or sneezes, tiny droplets of harmful viruses go into the air and land everywhere. So you can see how that is. I'll probably push it out a little bit more, so I want it to go down a little bit sooner before there. This is an easy way to automatically change the volume of your music and effects based on your narration track. If you found any value in this video, please like, subscribe, and share so YouTube will recommend it to others.